Hi, my name is Cindy Tatum, curriculum developer for the Wreaths Across America Teach program. In recognition of the 250th anniversary of the United States, Wreaths Across America has initiated the nationwide Remember Me Service Learning Project. This commemorative research project is designed for students in grades 5 through 12. As the country observes the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, participating students will honor individuals who have embodied the principles fundamental to American freedoms. Through documentation of a specific service member's experiences, students will provide a personal perspective on 250 years of history within the context of military service. This service learning project aims to foster respect among young people for the service and sacrifices made by members of the nation's military. Wreaths Across America encourages participants to investigate and record the stories of service members whose contributions may be less recognized today, thereby ensuring these accounts are preserved and accessible for future generations. Project objectives: conduct primary and secondary research. Investigate the life and military career of a United States service member from any historical period, 1776 to the present. Historical synthesis: integrate the individual service within the wider framework of American history. Narrative writing: develop a thorough summary that respectfully commemorates the person's legacy and ensures the preservation of their story for future generations. Selecting a service member. Students may choose a subject from three categories: family connection, a relative, living or deceased; a local hero, a person from your hometown or who's buried in a nearby cemetery; a historical figure, a notable soldier, sailor, airman, marine, or Coast Guardsman from a specific conflict. The service member you select may have served in multiple conflicts, for example, Korea and Vietnam. Research requirements. To build a complete profile, students should aim to find the following information: personal origins, their full name, birth date and place, and life before the military; enlistment, what branch of service, the year joined, and why they served, if known; the era of service, key conflicts involved, for example, the Civil War, the Cold War, the Gulf War; military life, their rank, their MOS or military occupational specialty or job, and where they were stationed; commendations, medals, honors, or specific acts of bravery; their life after military service. After discharge, what career did they pursue? What about a family and their community impact? Grades 5 through 8. The final written product should be 200 to 250 words, with a JPEG image when available. It should be divided into three distinct sections. Describe the service member's early life and the world they lived in when they joined or were drafted into the military. What was happening in the United States at that time? What was happening in the world? Detail their military career. Use specific dates, locations, battles, and units. Reflect on the person's life after service or the impact of their sacrifice. Why is it important that we preserve the memory of this specific individual? Grades 9 through 12. The final written product should be 500 words with a JPEG image when available. It should be divided into three distinct sections. Describe the military service members' early life and the world they lived in when they joined or were drafted into the military. What was happening in the United States during that time period? What was happening in the world? Detail their military career. Use specific dates, locations, and units, specific battles they fought in. Reflect on the person's life after service or the impact of their sacrifice. Why is it important that we preserve the memory of this specific individual? Research tools and resources. The National Archives for requesting military service records. The Veterans History Project with the Library of Congress for oral histories and interviews. Find a Grave to locate burial sites and often find biographical sketches. Ancestry.com or Fold 3. These are specialized databases for military documents and census records. Local historical societies and public libraries for information on hometown heroes. What to do with your final project? Wreaths Across America has created a landing page for your narratives, and we encourage you to share your service member story with us to ensure their stories are preserved and accessible for future generations. To help us in this mission, please share the stories of our nation's heroes as part of our Remember Me project by going to www.wreathsacrossamerica.org/teach. Click on the red Download Project tab. Get your community involved. Alert your local community to your classroom's project. Encourage them to support your students. Contact local media and town officials once the project is complete to share a compilation of the names and stories collected by students from your community. Contact the Wreaths Across America PR team at pr@wreathsacrossamerica.org if you need help in this outreach. Thank you very much for joining us uh, during this presentation, and we hope to see your Remember Me project online. Thank you, and have a great day.